New payment technologies can be deployed within existing systems so people and businesses across the world can benefit from innovation without changing how they pay.
The way businesses fund cross-border payments is about to get faster, smarter and more flexible. Visa is giving businesses a new way to move money globally, unlocking liquidity and modernising treasury operations for the digital-first economy. And they're using stablecoins to do it.
Here to discuss some exciting news announced just this morning, we're joined by Mark Nelsen, Head of Product, Commercial and Money Movement Solutions over at Visa. Welcome to our studio.
Thank you for having me.
So first things first, you announced something incredibly exciting about stablecoins today. Tell us what you've just said.
Well, what we announced is that for Visa Direct clients, you can use stablecoins to pre-fund an account. And most people watching this probably have no idea what that means. And so really, just to give you a little bit of context, people are familiar with Visa, the retail payment industry, but we also have a global money movement platform, which supports a couple of unique use cases, such as doing payouts or doing remittance. And so the example would be, let's say you're a small business and you have customers and employees that live in maybe like 10 different countries, and you want to offer them the ability to get their payment for the day every day. And so to do that, you can use Visa Direct as a way to get them money every day. But to do that, you as an employee, as a business, you have to have local currency accounts, which means you have to send money into those accounts every day to make sure that there's enough money to pay out to your employees. So today, to fund those accounts, you have to use fiat currency, which can take 2 or 3 days to get there, because that's just how normal cross-border payments works. And so what we've announced is the ability to use stablecoins to fund those accounts. And stablecoins, because it uses blockchain technology, it happens immediately. So you can now position money and send money around the world in real time, and then we will then say to the business, you now have enough money to go and send out to your employees.
So why does this matter for businesses moving money across borders in particular?
It really just makes liquidity much more efficient, because once again, let's say it's Friday and you want to offer payouts to your employees for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That means you need 3 days worth of money sitting in your account on Friday. But let's say it's a busy day and you have a good business, and Saturday you're starting to run out of money and you need to get money into that account. There's no way to do that today because the banks aren't open on the weekends. And so what you can now do is just send us stablecoins. We will then recognize that as valid currency so you can continue your business operations and fund the accounts immediately when you need it.
So you touched on this a little bit, but let's go further deeper. Can you explain how this stablecoin funding really works from A to Z, and from everyone watching this who has no idea about this?
It's actually pretty simple. I mean, really what happens today is you deposit fiat currency, and we're switching that with stablecoin currency. And so there's a simple API that we have available on our development platform. And so if you're a client and you want to use stablecoins, you simply send us that request saying, here's 200,000 of stablecoins. We would then accept that and recognize that as valid currency. So we update your account balance so you can continue your business operations. It's pretty simple.
So who's going to benefit from this the most, would you say?
I mean, everyone really benefits, like, so money remitters or banks or anyone who's using this will be able to just more efficiently manage capital and just keep their business operations going. So it's nice.
So how do stablecoins actually make payments a little bit more predictable?
Well, I think in general, stablecoins are tagged to a stable currency, which it means there's not as much fluctuation as you have with typical cryptocurrencies. And so if you're sending stables, you have more reliability in terms of what is the value that I'm sending or receiving. So it's really just the concept of stable is it's a more stable currency.
So where does this fit on Visa's bigger picture, I guess?
I think in general, I think you had mentioned it earlier, where we are always looking to tie in the latest technology into existing systems so that businesses and consumers can take advantage of the innovation without having to change how they make payments. And so it's just a constant way to improve our operations.
And finally, what's going to happen next with this pilot? What's in store for us?
Well, we're going to do some pilots initially, and then assuming everything goes well, which it will, then in April, we'll start to deploy it more broadly around the world.
Well, thank you so much, Mark. Big announcement, big day, but also a couple of days ahead where we can enjoy Sibos. Thank you so much for having us here. Thanks, Mark. That was Mark Nelsen, Head of Product, Commercial and Money Movement Solutions over at Visa.